Sit on your back counting the lines. They ran through the ceiling and bedroom wall as they fade.
Over the course of 4 days we saw about 17 temples. Surprisingly, we didn't get templed out.
Whisper the words into the night.
This temple is called the Bayan, and it's got about 200 odd faces set in the stone.
Truth and prove we were wrong. Say I'll be gone.
It's amazing, this endless stretch of repeating doorway.
Just fold them one by one. Followed your fears into the light. Your name disappeared from all of the papers.
This is a pretty typical setup here. You've got the temple on one side of the road, and on the other side of the road you've got a bunch of shops where people are trying to sell you cold drinks and fruit and other random things.
Stage for one last time. Shadows stretched down the waiting room walls, and you sang, say I'll be gone.
So when you go and buy an ice cream from this van behind here, these girls approach you and say, "One for me?" They want you to buy an ice cream. It's really actually a scam. What happens is they then sell the ice cream back to the van owner for about half the price. So they make some money and the van owner makes some money.
We took a break from exploring the temples to check out a nearby village. Getting there was quite an adventure. We had to ride on the back of motorbikes along a really muddy, dirty trail and had to get off a few times.
The road.
This is the village of Kampong Pluk. There's about 3,300 people who live here, and almost all of the houses here are built about 6 feet off the ground on stilts because the water level of the river rises in the wet season. It's really interesting to see the aspects of village life here. Fishing is a big thing, and people are really friendly.
Get the lines. We'll run through the halls, get up off the floor, they can fade. But we'll still be here. Shout at the night with open eyes. Hold up the light, the fading picture of you. It's proved to be strong.
So we've left the biggest and best to last. We've just crossed this causeway over this moat. It's 190 metres wide and it goes all the way around Angkor Wat. We're about to go through the entrance to Angkor Wat just over here, so very exciting.
Angkor Wat is the largest temple in all this region. It's also the best preserved, and that's because it was never entirely abandoned. This is the Reunification Palace, which was the seat of the South Vietnamese government up until the end of the Vietnam War in 1975.
In 1975, when the South Vietnamese government fell, this tank was the first to roll in and take the palace. Michelle's not feeling well, so I've just gone for a wander along the waterfront, and there's these impressive dinner boat cruises that are going along. It's quite interesting to see. The boat cruise staff are helping us cross the road.
Hoi An is known for its distinctive old town quarter and buildings that have retained their character through the centuries.
Testing ourselves.
We're in one of the old traditional trading houses. Every year the river floods, they have to move everything from the ground floor upstairs. You can see here, just last year, the river got to that high.
I know what's right and what's wrong. I won't let this foolishness make you say you're gone. It's your love that makes me feel high. And this I know, this I know.
Check out these amazing incense candles. They must burn for a while.
It's your smile that helps me get by. And this I know, time I wanna cry. Never seen things more plain, 'cause there's a lot we can learn from taking a breath. So let's not get in the way.
Michelle decided to rest this afternoon, so I've gone out for a bike ride on my own, and I've gone out to this Cum Kim Island. Caught the ferry over here, and it's really quite remote and quite beautiful. There's this beautiful cemetery here I've just stumbled across amongst all the rice paddies. It's very colourful.
Can't say otherwise. It's your smile that helps me get by. This I know, every time I wanna cry.
Apparently these are Vietnamese fishing boats. You can see the netting in here, and they row this round thing out just beyond the breakers to catch fish.
We're visiting the temple ruins at My Son, which were built by the Cham dynasty between the 4th and 13th century. Unfortunately, during the Vietnam War, the US troops bombed a lot of this area, so a lot of the buildings that were here actually don't remain today.
Where it belongs. Mine's only home when it is safe.
The ship owners are working on their very colourful boats in these dry docks.
It's your love that makes me feel high. This I know.
There's lots of shops that have tailor-made clothes in Hoi An.
It's your smile that helps me get by. This I know, every time I wanna cry. It's your love that makes me feel high. This I know, nobody can say otherwise. It's your smile that...
It's a full moon tonight, and Hoi An have a festival where they've cut the power and there's all the beautiful candle lights everywhere.
Every time I wanna cry.
We're on top of the Marble Mountains, and they're covered in pagodas and other structures, and there's also these caves that are very secluded and have Buddhist shrines in them. In this direction you can see China Beach. This is where the American GIs would go for some R&R during the war.
We're currently travelling through the Hai Van Pass.
This is one majorly bunged up bridge.
The place has an impressive citadel that was built in the 19th century.
I'm hoping that I'll take control of everything I've had before. Dive right in and let it be. Won't be afraid of being me. Exploding into life and dancing on the ceiling. You and I wanna be the glisten in your eyes tonight. So tell me how far.
Today we're going to check out the various tombs around Hue. We just caught a boat out to the first away tomb. We're going to ride back and check them out along the way. The boat ride was quite interesting. The family basically live on that boat, and as we're going along we're seeing all this industry on the river where they were basically dredging the bottom of the river and sending the dredged material back down to Hue.